Ladies, gents, welcome back to The Random. It's your host, SmallwoodWorldWide. We're back again with a quick video. Today, we're going to do a little bit of what I call Sunday sauce talk. Now, unless you've been under a rock, you've heard the controversy surrounding Apple Studio Display. Let's jump right into it. Here's my perspective. Number one, if you purchased the Apple Studio Display and you love it and you're happy with it, good for you. Enjoy it, as you should. It is a well-designed product. However, I want to talk about my gripes with it, right? So I took a trip to Best Buy and also the Apple Store in Grand Central just to kind of visit the device in person. They had it in stock. I myself thought about purchasing, but once I got to look at some of the features or the lack thereof, it was a hard pass for me. Here's what I mean. When you look at the Apple Studio Display, it's just what it is, a display. Now, it is made and optimized to really run Mac OS. Therefore, their new M1 Ultra is the ideal device for it. However, it will work with your iPad Pro. It will work with your other devices, your MacBook, laptops, etc., etc. Here's where it falls short. If you have a device that is going for $1,599, right? So for $1,600, you're literally just getting a beautiful display. It's an amazing design. It looks great. It actually looks like a work of art. Typical Apple product. Great. There's no AirPlay. Negative. The webcam quality right now is subpar. We can only judge devices based on when we take them out of the box. Apple, of course, after seeing the review by, I want to say, Wall Street Journal as well as The Verge, they've now released statements saying that, the webcam is not working as intended, etc., etc. They'll fix it in a future update. No promise of when that update will be or how much clearer it's going to make the webcam. Just a promise that this 12 megapixel camera that right now looks something out of like 5 years ago. I mean, it looks bad, but they're going to fix it. Here's the issue I take with that. If you're going to release a device into the wild, right, for actual real world usage. So we're not talking about the tech YouTubers, the tech vendors who they send all their products to. And, they kind of put out these videos to try to make it look like a commercial. They all run the same timeline track of how they're editing video, make jokes about editing and all that sort of thing. We're talking about actual real world usage. In real world usage, you got a chance to see that it's lacking. The speakers, while great for a monitor, it's still kind of lacking. I can tell you because I've had hands-on experience with it myself. It is a beautiful machine. I will say that it is a beautiful display. However, you want more from that, especially when the competition is providing more. When you look at the Apple Studio Display and you see it does not have AirPlay, that's strike one. Even Samsung monitors have AirPlay. If you're Apple and this is your actual first-party product, why wouldn't it AirPlay with the iPhone or the iPad Pro? Especially these new M1 powered devices where we should be able to do a lot more than what we can. Number two, I'm not big on it being, 60 frames a second. That's cool. Some folks feel they can tell the difference between 120 refresh rate versus 60. I say for a display, I'm fine with 60, especially from Apple. But the problem is, again, look at what the competition is providing you. Okay. They're giving you options. They're making it truly modular. With this Studio Display by Apple, you also can't take the plug out the back. There is a way to do it. You're not going to like it, but it likely could damage the device. It's pretty much made for you not to take the power plug out. Another issue I have with the device is the fact that the one Thunderbolt cable that comes with it, now they charge a premium price for you to buy this separately. It is the only Thunderbolt cord that will work with your device to make the display come alive. Here's what I mean by that. At the Apple Store, I took both a laptop as well as my iPad Pro 2021 M1 edition, plugged it in with my own Thunderbolt cord, and guess what? It didn't work. When I used the exact Thunderbolt cable that came with the display, that is the only one that worked. I feel like that's Apple nickel and diming you a bit. And again, I have my personal opinions about them being a little bit comfortable in this space right now with tech and kind of being surpassed in a lot of areas that a lot of folks who have supported Apple in the past are unwilling to admit. I'm here to tell you, listen, if Apple doesn't get it together here, right, they don't start getting more competitive with their approach and they continue relying on what has been tried and true for them as an organization, they're going to get left in the dust. Innovation is hot right now. Apple makes a top tier product. There's no excuse for the studio display to be this poor out of the box. Yes, plugging it in with the M1 Ultra, it looks like your regular run-of-the-mill display. Does it look like it's worth $1,600? No. Let's take a look here, right? It starts at $15.99, and I wanted to look at this live because I wanted to make sure we got this right. For nano textured glass, you now have to pay an additional $300, which now puts you at $18.99. If you just come with the regular tilt adjustable stand, no price increase. If you want it to be tilt and height adjustable, guess what? You've guessed it, more money for that. All right, I want to think an extra $400 I'm looking at here. Also for VESA mount as well. That's just, at the end of the day, if you're paying that money, right, and you're not out here, designing houses or something in a market where you must have that attached to the display, you're wasting your money. You have better things you could do with that. And far be it for me to actually tell you what to do with your money, but I'm just here telling you, Apple's getting over on you with that one. Again, the Apple Studio display is absolutely beautiful. A stellar design. I've seen it in person. I've interacted with it. However, you can't help but wonder, what if they put a little more effort into the actual features? Why is there no ability for the monitor to do Wi-Fi, right? Again, the competition has monitors. If you're talking in this $1,500 price point, that will produce Wi-Fi that allows you to connect to the internet, to allow you to use the monitor almost standalone. Now, we know Apple kind of made this to be the dream team with the M1 Ultra. Again, another nice design. It's beautiful. But if you're going to sell the studio display separate at this price point, it should offer a lot more than what it actually does. I'll leave it at that for now. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions as it pertains to this device. Again, it's very nice. It has a A13 Bionic chip in it, which is essentially the iPhone 11 chip inside the display. Only Apple knows why they have that in there and what they intend the usage to be. I will say I was very disappointed as well to see that when you took the actual iPad Pro and connected to it via Thunderbolt, it still does the 4:3 ratio where it's letterboxed in. Again, display looks nice, but you have no actual control unless you're using a Mac OS device. And in that case, I challenge Apple, why would you allow it to work then with the iPad Pro M1 edition, which again is incredibly powerful and does everything you could dream of, with the exception of having the usage of a display properly or done properly. And what I mean by that is, look at Samsung DeX. Look at all the things you're able to do there. Imagine that more polished with an iOS experience or an iPad OS experience. You'd be blown away. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Did you invest in the Apple Studio display? If so, are you happy with it? Again, I'm not saying don't purchase this. I think it's an incredible device. It'll automatically enhance your your desk setup because it is designed beautifully. But just know that when it comes to the feature set, it's lacking in its current state. And for $1,600, that's inexcusable. And I wanted to love the display. I wanted to take it home right then and there. But the more I tinkered with it over the course of that 20 to 25 minutes, the more I said they have a lot more work to do if somebody's going to invest in that. And if I'm personally going to, which right now I'm not. There's better on the market. We'll talk to you in the next edition of The Random. Enjoy this Sunday Sauce Talk. Peace.